What's up, everybody? How's it going? We're back with more Virizion. Actually, we would be if I put its icon up here. There it is. And there's the counter. We got to 150. Huge. Huge for the account. I still can't believe I got Cobalion and Terrakion so close. Also, don't mind Eternatus. I will swap out for Todd in a second. I came over here a little while ago to get a thumbnail picture. And Gardevoir is always right behind you. So I had to swap to Eternatus. I needed somebody slow, so I could walk over to Virizion and get a clean screenshot. Because I didn't want Todd in it. See, Eternatus, very slow. Let's swap over right now. Yeah, we'll, actually, Todd is injured. How did this happen, Todd? Also, I got lost coming over here again. I had to drive around for a while. Alright, Todd, have some delicious milk. Perfect. Todd has been fueled. But I found my way back eventually. Yeah, this, Crown Tundra is a fairly difficult area to navigate, and the map is not your friend. The map is not there to aid you. So I had to drive around a little bit before I remembered where the heck Virizion is. I think Virizion is the most awkward one to get to, because Cobalion is on that one island. Oh, do I want to open a Triumphant Light? Sure. We will open a Triumphant Light. And it was not worth. It was not worth it, chat. Let's go, the big 3 watch streak. What's up, everybody? How's it going? I'm just checking my Pocket dailies before we get started here. Also, speaking of Pocket, what do we think of the new set? Can we, like, wait a month? I need about, like, 1 more month before they drop a new set on me. Oh. I was definitely not expecting them to announce a shiny set, I'll say that. I'm always enchanted by all the dupes people pull from Triumphant Light. This person pulled 2 Nosepass. My pal Evil Larry pulled 2 Roselia. Who said Rosalina? I've tried for the Hollow Rotom in Triumphant Light from Wonder Pick probably like 6 times at this point, and I have not been successful. That is the last Hollow that I need, and the game will not give it to me. I also still don't have that uncommon Frostlass. That card just doesn't exist for my copy of the game. I don't know why. And I don't even want to think about the remaining cards I need from Space Time Smackdown. I haven't had anything of any value from Wonder Pick. There's been no 4s. What's up, everybody? Once the adge is over, we'll start engaging with Verizon. Yet Triumphant Light has legitimately made me start questioning the mechanics, like, the mechanics of the game. I swear, everybody I see in Wonderpick has just pulled multiple dupes, and that's all I ever pull, too. You're still missing 3 for Genetic Apex. I haven't opened a Genetic Apex pack in like 2 months. I've wanted to open a little bit of Mythical Island and try to pull that Mew, the Rainbow Mew that I want, but it's just not happening, especially with another set coming out. And this set already looks like it has really good cards, like, to add insult to injury, there's an Iono card that's like, you take all the cards in your hand and shuffle them in your deck and draw the equivalent amount of cards. It's like, that's busted. So it seems like this set is going to have a lot more competitive options than Triumphant Light has. Yeah, the percentages just don't feel right. I swear, they don't feel right. Also, I did not replenish my Love Ball supply from Dynamax Adventure, so I hope it doesn't take 25 Love Balls. I do have 638 heal balls, though, so... I have a backup, just in case. But yeah, Pocket giveth and Pocket taketh away. And it's mostly felt like taketh away. Let's see, how many am I missing? Yeah, I'm at 72 of 75 for Triumphant Light. And I'm at 148 of 155 for Space Time Smackdown. I feel like Space Time is just not gonna happen. And I saw somebody say, like, well, you don't have to complete every set. And it's like, sure. But what if I want to? What if my brain has the completionist bug and I like to complete the sets? Have you considered this? Alright. Virizion, let's do it. What's up, everybody? How's it going? We were just discussing Pocket woes. And the new set. You're at 71 of 75. Honestly, Tyler, that's pretty good. I mean, we'll be able to trade Triumphant Light when the new set comes out, so... I'll probably complete it then, but it shouldn't take me opening this many packs to pull one holo Rotom. You know? It shouldn't be this hard. Oh wow, I was way off. When are we doing DAs again? Tomorrow. Verizon today, Dynamax tomorrow. Yeah, I definitely was not expecting them to just announce a shiny set. And it's kind of a shame that it's like... Charizard has never been excluded from a shiny set. Both in real life and now in Pocket. Digital and real life. I hope there's a shiny Garchomp in there. I'm sure the illustrations will be quite nice. Two shiny Totodiles, nice. Pocket got a TCG. The next Pocket set is a shiny set. And of course, it has Charizard. And Lucario, and... I think Wugtrio. One of these is not like the other. Yeah, this is the first shiny set the scalpers can't get, chat. This is true. The scalpers cannot scalp this set. I would have bought more Paldean Fates if it actually, like, hung around. I feel like Paldean Fates barely existed. I mean, sometimes their limited sets like that are really annoying. Like, even back then, the booster bundles for Paldean Fates were really annoying to get. And that's your best way to buy packs for those special sets that don't get booster boxes. And then it just kind of vanished. And I don't think I've ever seen it since. I had a ping in the TCG Discord I'm in to, you know, for product and stuff. And Amazon had the stacking tins that have the Ruinous Quartet. There's like 3 random tins. I think one is Ogre Pawn. And one is like Walking Wake. And Amazon was charging $20 for these stacking tins that contain 3 packs. 3 packs and a cheap metal tin with some stickers for $20. Shipped and sold by Amazon. This wasn't a third party. And it's like, oh, I guess since GameStop decided to sell over MSRP, Amazon wants to join in on the fun. Oh, okay. I kind of want the Wo Chien sticker. But I can't bring myself to pay $20 for a little tin with 3 packs. That's such a ripoff. You know we're in a bad spot when even the stacking tins are getting scalped. What's up, everybody? How's it going? We just hit 160 for Virizion. No pets for you until we are done, Todd. I have not claimed my Keldeo, by the way. After I get Virizion, I will claim my Keldeo and I'll have all the Swords of Justice shiny. Exciting. Yeah, I think those same stacking tins are 15 at Target, so Amazon is definitely overcharging. Cozy Root, thanks for the raid. I appreciate it. I am shiny hunting Virizion. It's the last Sword of Justice that I need. Todd can have all the kibble in the world after this one. I got Terrakion at 21.45. Cobalion was 21.27. So I'm very curious to see what Virizion will end up being. But thanks again for the raid. I appreciate it. Hope you had a good stream. Alright, 164. When does the new Pocket set drop? Is it like the final week of March? I don't remember the exact date. It's the 27th? Okay. Alright, 165. I can't get over Virizion's, like, hammerhead shark head. You and Garchomp would be great friends, Virizion. What an awkward little group of Pokemon I have just meandering around in camp every time. Oh, I didn't even check the weather. Is there? I don't think there's any weather. It could be sunny. It's nothing. Good. I didn't have to reset the weather tonight. You know, this is appropriate. It's just now spring, and Virizion is the first legendary hunt of spring. How nice. Theming, like poetry, it rhymes. And again, we'll be back with more Dynamax adventures tomorrow. I wish there was another Sword and Shield outbreak, not Sword and Shield, Scarlet Violet outbreak event. The Season of Enamorous. Terrakions and Tauros. I'm surprised the Pokemon Center has never done like a big Zodiac collection. That would probably be very successful. There's certainly plenty of Pokemon that you could choose for every single one. Also not shiny on 169. Boo! At least this is a less dreary area than where we were resetting for Cobalion. Cobalion would be my Pokemon. I mean, that's fine. I'm fine with Cobalion representing Capricorn. That's fine. Which crab would you use for cancer? Would you use Krabby? Or is Krabby too boring? Kingler? Cloth? Crabominable? Use Crabominable. Todd, you're always sleeping, my friend. This is why Todd missed like 5 hypnosis when I tried to catch Cobalion. Because Todd is always nodding off. Yeah, every Chinese New Year, well, actually not every Chinese New Year. They had one for the year of the bull. I think they did something for the year of the dragon. They'll occasionally do something for like the Chinese New Year, but it's only that whatever animal is that year's animal. They don't do like every single one. Cloth's nose hail. Cloth's a hairy crab. What can you really say to that? Cloth probably never gets sick. There's no way bacteria and germs can get through such thick hair. Cloth is the Pokemon of longevity, of true health. Man, if they did Year of the Rooster, we'd barely have any chicken Pokemon. It would just be Torchic's line. There's no other chickens. Which, again, you know, I'd be fine with Blaziken. But it's like, wow, we have so few chicken Pokemon. Yeah, for Go-Go, you have Skidoo and Go-Go. I'm telling you, Chad, we have so few, like, basic farm animals. It's honestly crazy that there's so few chickens. I mean, Torchic does it great. Torchic does a great job. But there's so many types of chickens that they could draw inspiration from. Like one of those big, fluffy, feathery white ones. That'd be a neat Pokemon. Yeah, horse, they could only choose from about 1,000 Pokemon. They could choose so many Pokemon for horse. We get like a horse every other day. They'd probably go with Ponyta. That's the safe pick. That's the Gen 1 pick. Although I'd personally hope for Mudsdale. A longhorn cow? Where's my yak? I need a yak Pokemon. Howdy. Howdy, howdy. I need to get my Ditto pillow. Ditto acquired. Yeah, there's no salmon. I feel like salmon is like the most common fish people, at least here. What's up, Charlie? "2.5 hours? Nice. A kangaroo that's actually a kangaroo. Are you disqualifying Kangaskhan right now? Discrediting Kangaskhan after all the work she's done for the industry? Yeah, you know, that is true. I cannot imagine Kangaskhan really jumping a whole lot. I think Kangaskhan jumping would maybe shake the earth. The ground would crack. Doing an alpha shiny hunt? Nice. Doot, 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 doot. It did take us until Generation 9 to get a dolphin, this is true. If only they made about 50% less boring birds and fish Pokemon in every generation. Yeah, I want more Pokemon like Electabuzz. Honestly, and Kangaskhan. I don't know what Electabuzz is supposed to be, but I vibe with that, you know? Same thing with Magmar. I don't know what Magmar is. He's just a cool monster. I mean, Kangaskhan is like the Safari Zone Pokemon. I don't know who you guys think of when I say Safari Zone first, but I would probably think about Kangaskhan. Or Scyther. Yeah, Chansey too. Yeah, and Tauros. I think about Chansey in Cerulean Cave in Gen 1. Gen 1 Cerulean Cave is kind of popping off. Yeah, Dodrio. Execute is also... Execute's probably one of the first Pokemon you'll encounter in there. Parasect, Paris, Nidorina, Nidorino. We got a building before a dolphin. I saw a tweet today that made me kind of chuckle. It was like, what, you know, Mega Evolution has all this lore, partners, bonds. What exactly is the lore for why Duraludon has a Gigantamax that looks like a real building in Britain? I don't know. It's cool, I guess. That's what Game Freak said. Why is Pikachu really fat in its Gigantamax form? I don't know. Because it's funny. Beavers. We need about 100,000 more beavers, please. Yeah, Chansey kind of looks axolotl-y a little bit. Like if you had an axolotl and, you know, got rid of its neck and its long body and just kind of turned it into a big round circle, gave it an egg pouch and some little limbs. And there you go. Yeah, a lot of Gen 1 Pokemon are just monsters, which is great. Like, they have some animal traits, but they're just big monsters, and that's cool. I mean, we have multiple rhinoceros Pokemon in Gen 1, and they're... You can still tell they're rhino. They have rhino DNA, but... Nidoking and Nidoqueen and Rhydon. They're all very different Pokemon, different colors. Like Nidoking's purple. Gen 1 just has such a good solid core of colorful, imaginative Pokemon. Mr. Mime and Jinx are good counterparts, yes. Even Seal. Well, Yeah, I would agree with that. Seal helps balance out some of the weirder designs. I mean, Seal is still a little cute cartoon seal. And Dugong is fun. Dugong is very mermaidy. Like, Dugong and Primarina would be great friends. Honestly, people always pick on Seal, but I feel like Krabby is maybe the most traditional, simple Pokemon in Gen 1. I love Krabby, though. No hate towards my friend Krabby. I do like Kingler. So, like, Kingler's little crown is very fun. He's the king crab, so he has a built-in little crown. Good for him. All the water types in Gen 1 are fairly diverse, which helps them all stand apart from each other. Like, Horsey is very different from Poliwag, who is very different from Staryu, who's very different from Squirtle. They're all very unique. Who's very different from, like, Tentacruel. The water diversity in Gen 1 is honestly nice. Yeah, Cloyster. Like, Magikarp and Goldeen are both fish Pokemon. But they couldn't evolve into more different looking Pokemon. Also, we just hit 200! Quite a few of them are ice water. Yeah, they definitely didn't do anything groundbreaking with type combos in Gen 1, that's for sure. There's no water or fire, there's no water, stuff like that. Which you might argue that they're still not very good at having super diverse type combos. The fact that we still have such a long list of combos they've never hit, or Pokemon like Mega Altaria, it's our only Dragon Fairy. That's a little bit weird. What's up, G? Gardevoir and Virizion are both accessorizing right now with the green and the pink. This is a nice area in-game, but the way the grass glows and looks radioactive is a bit off-putting. The way the grass behind me, or actually in front of me, in front of my character, is glowing. Looks a little freaky-deaky. Yeah, Gyarados really only started blossoming after the special physical split. Honestly, you could say that about Kingler, too. They had several physical water types. Azumarill. I mean, that's not Gen 1, but I can think of several water types that really improved when the special physical split finally happened. Also Lapras. I love Lapras. I was thinking, there's a Gen 1 water type I'm not thinking of right. Oh, it's Lapras. Gen 1's best water type is Tauros. Ugh. Imagine telling somebody that before Gen 9 came out. You'd be like, huh? Yeah, Dratini line were the only dragons, and Ghastly line were the only ghosts. So if you ever did a Gen 1 randomizer where your Pokemon evolve into that type, you could have a Dragonair evolve into a Dratini, who then evolves into Dragonite. You could have a Haunter that evolves into Ghastly. Oh yeah, the fossils. Can't forget about Kabutops, my goat. Speaking of green Pokemon, well, it's shiny is green. We need more love for the fossils. We only have, what, Mega Aerodactyl? Why haven't they given enough love to the fossil friends? Where's Mega Bastiodon? What happened to G-Max Caracosta? Mega Omastar when? Virizion kind of has a little kitty cat face. It went extinct. Yeah, you know, if they did give any Pokemon from the fossil lineup a form, it would probably be Dracovish. It probably would, in fact, be Dracovish. Hey, what's up, everybody? Thanks for the raid. I am shiny hunting Virizion. We just hit 211. Yeah, Mega Aerodactyl, you know, it could have been better. You might say that it could have been a lot better. What's up, everybody? How's it going? Did I see Minecraft live? I saw the new little Ghast. Definitely not what I was expecting out of... not what I was expecting this year, but... You know, good for him. He's happy. I didn't see anything else, though. Is there any other, highlights? Yeah, Mewtwo's a great green shiny. New chicken and cow variants. Cow and chicken. Cactuses can have a flower on them. Wow. Mojang crafting insane technology over there. Flint and steel. Chicken jockey. What's funny is that the Minecraft movie legitimately does look like it's just gonna be Jack Black saying Minecraft jerks the whole movie. Flint and steel. The desert will not have desert sounds? Okay, that's actually cool. That's actually quite cool. Whoever does the sound design in Minecraft is very good. They're very talented. Well, thanks again for the raid. Have a good one. And the shiny luck. I will need it. You think it's gonna be so bad it's good? It certainly looks like it could have that potential, yes. They literally released a trailer today for the Minecraft movie, chat, that says to turn your brain off. Turn your brain off and watch the Minecraft movie. That's honestly insane. A trailer that tells you specifically to turn your brain off. What? Todd keeps like lowering, like falling an inch after we get out of the battle. What's going on with that? What trailer? Hold on, I'll find it. Flint and steel. Yeah, the piglins are hitting the gritty or something, I don't know. There is a piglin named Captain Chungus. Hello, Tapu Bulu. It's a TikTok that blew up of just a guy imitating Jack Black saying Minecraft stuff. It has earworm, it's very earwormy. People spotted Jeb in the movie? Yeah, I'm sure him and what's her face are both in there. Agnes. Yeah, its name is actually Captain Chungus. I'm not joking. I'm not joking, Chad. That's legitimately the name of a character in the Minecraft movie. I am 100% serious when I tell you this. You approve of Captain Chungus? I'm sure Captain Chungus would appreciate your approval, Cacturn. Flint and steel! Chicken jockey. Also, there's a shot in that trailer I linked where you can see Jennifer Coolidge and the villager having, like, a date. And the villager goes, "Harm." Oh my god. I would love to see the writer's room for the Minecraft script. I'm sure that was a true riot. A hoot and a half. I have a feeling, what else is out? I guess that Snow White movie is coming out, or is out. But I feel like all the kids are gonna want to see Minecraft. I don't think Snow White is enough competition for... I think the Minecraft movie is just gonna roll over it with a steamroller. Whalmer and Dynamax Adventures using Steel Roller. A new Final Destination. I've never seen a single Final Destination movie, but I know of the scene with the wood in the truck. That's the biggest cultural impact that the Final Destination series has. I don't even like animated Snow White, so I mean, I would never pay money to see any live-action Disney movie. But this is especially one that I would not want to see. I mean, Lilo and Stitch live-action looks equally god-awful. Stitch looks like a pug. He was a result of inbreeding. He's gonna have breathing problems because his face is so smush. What's that, BBQ? Tyler, what's funny is that you probably would have loved that movie as a kid because of the dwarfs. What's up, Kong? 229. Yeah, every time we get out of a battle, Todd, like, sinks down an inch, and I don't know why that's happening. It's probably because of the slope. We're on a little incline right now with Virizion. Yeah, I think you're right, Tyler. There's one thing early Disney princesses be doing, it's napping. Also, chat, while we're talking about Disney, what in the heck is Coco 2's plot gonna be about? I saw that announcement and I scratched my head. What can you even do with a sequel to Coco? That is the most clean-cut movie. There's nothing left out. What do you do with a sequel? I don't understand. Yes, they announced Coco 2. See, chat, the thing is, Inside Out making $50 billion or however many is bad. Because now Pixar, I mean, they've already turned out a million sequels. Now it's just gonna get worse. Yeah, Coco is literally dead now. She's dead. How do you have Coco 2 when the lady it's named after is dead? Are they gonna age up Miguel? How do you improve on the twist villain? I don't know, man. What is, of all the Pixar movies to announce a sequel to, I did not expect them to say Coco. Yeah, I probably won't watch it either, Cacturn, and I've really had no desire to see it. The original is so good, I don't know, I also don't love, like, awkward teenage, high school, middle school movies. It's not a genre of movie I like watching. Toy Story 5. Nope, that's coming down the pipeline. And then I'm sure we'll get Toy Story 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. What's that, Dia Bud? Lightyear 2. Anxiety emotion belongs on 2014 Tumblr. And she's voiced by this lady from Stranger Things. So quirky. I know. How has Disney left the Muppets just to rot? That is such a shame. The Muppets are so fun, and they're so universal, too. Children can enjoy the Muppets, adults can enjoy the Muppets. Yeah, they took the last thing Jim Henson even worked on in Disney World. They're gutting that ride so they can put in, like, Monsters Inc. land. Okay. And they're giving the Muppets that Aerosmith roller coaster ride instead? That's so weird. Yeah, did anybody see that new Looney Tunes movie? I've wanted to check it out. Speaking of the Muppets, the Looney Tunes are the same way. But also, like Disney, Warner Brothers... You know, who knows what they're doing these days? Yeah, there was a new Looney Tunes movie just hit theaters. It's called The Day the Earth Blew Up, a Looney Tunes movie. It's starring Porky and Daffy. Which is a great combo. I love Porky and Daffy. Honestly, I like they're all great. Yeah, the only thing Warner Brothers has been good at is canceling projects and tax write-offs. Yeah, they've not marketed the movie at all. Warner Brothers has not marketed the movie at all. Which again, like, Bugs Bunny is just a fun character. He's just a funny guy. The fact that the last Looney Tunes thing that they cared about was Space Jam 2 is sad. And then there's the live-action Looney Tunes one with Will Forte and Coyote. I can't remember the name of it, but they're trying to sell it right now, but Warner Brothers was going to just delete the whole movie. It's already filmed and done, and Warner Brothers just was going to dispose of it. But they might have a buyer. So hopefully somebody can buy that movie so it doesn't get sent to the Shadow Realm. This third Spider-Verse movie was coming out in May 2024. Those Spider-Verse animators are probably in the sweatshop right now getting getting crunched to oblivion. Why'd they try to turn Space Jam 2... Here's what I'm asking. Why did they try to turn Space Jam 2 into, like... Everyone is here. Like, they reference, like, Rick and Morty, Game of Thrones. That's all that's all Warner Brothers cares about, their IPs. It's like, I'm here for the Looney Tunes. I don't care about Ready Player One for Warner Brothers properties. And they started talking about canon events. What, you don't love all the multiverse conversation? You're not a little bit sick of multiverse stuff at this point? Yeah, the first Space Jam is definitely a time capsule, is for sure a product of its time. For better and for worse. That's both a pro and a con. Virizion looks like a mom. Gotta go to the PTA meeting. When are we gonna hear about the Mario movie sequel? So far for Mario's big anniversary, 40th year, Nintendo's done jack squat. What if they released a Mario Switch 2 edition? Oh man. They should. Have a nice all-red console. Yeah, Virizion could totally be a leader in, like, a mystery dungeon game. Yeah, you know, I agree, Braylon. I hope the second Mario movie has more Luigi. Or Mario and Luigi together and not separate. Also, more Toad. More Toad, please. You want a Luigi's Mansion spin-off? I'm surprised they haven't done that. Who would they cast to play Professor Egad? Danny DeVito. Oh, it was engaged. That's right. That's so... I mean, hey, Virizion's already got the scarf built in. Honestly, one of the biggest parts of the marketing with the first Mario movie was that very short Mario Kart segment where they're on Rainbow Road. They went hard marketing that. Anytime I think about Danny DeVito, I picture him in Always Sunny. Or Matilda. Yeah, Matilda. Nick at Night, ooh. Nostalgic. He was in Dumbo, wasn't he? The live action Dumbo? Or did I fever dream that? Oh yeah, Hercules, Phil. Can't believe Betty White actually died. Yeah, a lot of actors definitely start on TV. If you ever go back and watch early episodes of Goosebumps, you'll see Ryan Gosling. He's in the Say Cheese and Die episode, actually. An all-timer. A Goosebumps all-timer. I want to say there was another few actors who were in Goosebumps, but that's always what that makes me think of. Oh yeah, that actress, that's sad, man. She was so young. Harriet the Spy, yeah, and Penny from Inspector Gadget. I remember Zac Efron in an early, like, Family Network TV show as well, before he was on Disney Channel. Also, ad warning, ads are coming up, but we're just gonna park and camp when ads play so nobody will miss anything. The most cinematic movie of all time, Inspector Gadget. Freaky Friday 2. That's happening, isn't it? That's actually happening? The live action Inspector Gadget movie is a fever dream. But you want to know something? You want to know something about the Inspector Gadget movies? The sequel is actually a fun movie. The sequel is actually a fun movie. The poster is out? That's insane. I cannot imagine Freaky Friday 2 will have any, Yeah, let me see. Oh, it's coming out in theaters. What? How does this even happen again? Are they going back to the same Chinese restaurant? Which, we doing that again? How did they drift apart for this to have to happen again? That's what I want to know. It's so weird how we just kind of live in a sequel remake slop era right now. All these old nostalgic properties getting dug up and Frankenstein into sequels. Wasn't Jamie Lee Curtis's husband in Freaky Friday the guy from NCIS? Mark... I actually don't know his name. Is he in the sequel? Scizor, you look, what are you doing, Scizor? Scaring me. Jake. Who is Jake? Oh, is Jake Lindsay Lohan's character's boyfriend? What, has that guy even been acting? Okay. Edge over. Not Jake from State Farm, who I'm pretty sure is a shapeshifter. Few things worse than insurance commercials, by the way. If we're tiering like commercials, it'd be car commercials and then insurance commercials for the worst commercials to have to sit through. And then maybe pharmaceutical commercials. That would be the third one. I'm actually, like, curious now. I'm gonna look up the cast. Freaky Friday. Freakier Friday. Yeah, Mark Hamill. That's his name. Yeah. He's in the movie. He's 43 years old? Oh my god. Oh my god. Is the brother in it? One 1-800-CONTACTS.
Oh, that's interesting.
Lizzie looks good.
It's like they...
Oh, SNL lady. This time, it's freakier. Oh, there's two other... Who are these random girls? Who are the girls? Shenanigans ensue. Grandpa's not in the sequel. That trailer has huge decom energy. Except it's coming out in a theater. My gosh, how young did she have her child? Sheesh. Oh, so they're gonna do, like, Lindsay's now the curmudgeon parent that doesn't want to let her daughter have any fun. The cycle continues. You have the room stream. They did a, what was it called? The Stroke of Vidnight? Mega 64 was streaming late last night, and Sean did the Padres rap. Let's go, Goose. The Club Penguin clip. That's right. Let's go, Goose. He did it perfectly, too. I like how he was terrorized by that clip so much that he memorized it. They streamed it on Twitch. I don't know if they uploaded the VOD anywhere. Actually, I think I linked Tyler the clip, so I can link you the clip. There's the clip. Shots on the loose. What's up, Silver? Let's go, Goose. Wasn't the last Matrix movie bad, from what people said online? Or not as good as it could have been? I've never seen a Matrix movie, chat. I mean, actually, that's not entirely true. I've seen bits and pieces. It tanked and got terrible reviews. Everything except the first one. You're a first movie truther. Like Jurassic Park. I don't even know what number sequel they're on for Jurassic Park. I have truly lost track. Legitimately don't even know what they're on to next. You gave up on Jurassic Park. I can't say I blame you. How do you ruin cool dinosaur movies, chat? I don't understand. I think the Minecraft movie is gonna make a lot of money. That does not mean it's going to be a good movie, though. Yeah, the first Jurassic World movie looked so shit. Then they started just making fantasy dinosaurs. They immediately were like, well, we already did the T-Rex and the Spinosaurus, so let's just make some new science dinosaur. Who cares? The Indominus Rex. Like, that sounds like some 11-year-old's fan fiction sequel. Made you watch Jimmy Kimmel. Wow. So they tortured you? You know there's a Jimmy Fallon ride in Universal, speaking of Jurassic Park, where there are also several rides. There is a Jimmy Fallon ride in Universal. Why they would ever give that guy a ride is, you know, truly baffling to me. Just laughs as soon as someone exhales. Seriously? There's a Jimmy in one of the Jurassic movies? That's... oh my. That's so cursed. I feel like my life was better 10 seconds ago before you told me that. You've ruined everything. I didn't want to know that. Didn't they bring back, like, all the original cast from the first Jurassic Park for one of those god-awful sequels? Or did I imagine that in a fever dream once? It is yeah, Fallon's Universal. That was jeez, they're on that's the third one? How many of these sequels exist? You know what, Cacturn? I'm not clicking that. You can't make me. I'm not clicking that. I am not clicking that link. No way am I adding Fallon into my YouTube algorithm. That's like adding a drop of poison into a clear pool. The only nice thing I could ever say about Jimmy is that his Ben & Jerry's ice cream is pretty good. That's all I could say. His flavor of Ben & Jerry's ice cream is pretty tasty. Camera zooms in on it while the characters watch. Wow, what an authentic and original feeling cameo. Obnoxious, unfunny person to exist. There's so many. There was a clip going around like a month ago of a Fallon interview. I can't remember who he was interviewing, but the person he was interviewing was, you know, giving off good energy, and Jimmy was just not having it. Jimmy was doing everything in his power to make the interview worse. Awkwardly touches shoulder. The Switch emulator is just as unstable as the actual Switch itself. Yeah, I've not heard that it's the most stable thing in the world. Just comes naturally to him. To suck all the fun out of the room. He's a gamer? Is he? I shouldn't have asked that. I should not have said that. Yeah, you know Jimmy Fallon? Huge gamer. Oh, the Ellen Dakota Johnson clip is insane. That was like the first crack in Ellen's empire. That interview is legitimately part of why I think so many people were like, oh yeah, what is this? Yeah, didn't Conan have a gaming segment on his show? Yeah, Dakota, that's great. You lost 2.5 hours of progress? Oh my god. That's brutal. I don't know. Oh, that's right, Clueless Gamer. That's what it was called. Yeah, I like Conan too. He's probably the best of that late night crew of people, which isn't a very high bar, but still. Getting comedians to join him for it. Oh yeah, I could see how that would suck the energy out of the room. Adding Kevin Hart is a great way to make anything unwatchable. His nerd employee. A sponge. Alright, we're almost at 300. Oh, you're using a mod pack? That might be one of the worst things you ever typed in my chat, Cactor. That's evil. That's so evil. You know, I don't think I've ever seen a single episode of James Corden's show. I've only ever seen or been subjected to clips I've seen online. Mostly the Chewbacca mom clip. Because of Mega 64. Worth every penny! $300. My favorite Zack Snyder movie is the random ass owl animated movie that he made. Wait, he's in Doctor Who? Seriously? Is that where where did he start? I actually don't know. Where did James Corden even start? Did he get popular from Doctor Who? Yeah, the original Watchmen movie. Yup, that's Snyder. Which Doctor? Are we talking modern episode or like older episode? It's even worse than the Jimmies. Is oh, Matt's, thank you. I needed an actor name. I don't know the numbers. I needed an actor name. Matt Smith. Okay. Yeah, you know, I don't think I've ever encountered anybody who really likes that guy. Matt Smith sucks at bowling. Relatable. This is the last year for millennials who will be in their 20s. Join us. I have not heard pleasant things about Fallon. Weren't there stories of him... Well, first of all, isn't he like a raging alcoholic? And second of all, weren't there stories of him being a dick on set? I don't know about Kimmel. 300. Remember when he had like a finger injury where he had like a purpley blue finger and people were saying it was from like him drinking. I don't know. I don't know. I don't claim to be the master of the Jimmy lore. What's up, Poke Guy? It did! I got it, ironically, very close to my Terrakion number. Terrakion was 2145, and I got Cobalion at 2127. So we're on to the final one, Virizion. Yeah, I mean, you can see why The Rock blew up the way he did. He's a very charismatic guy, you know? Why would you... Why any of that, of what you just typed out? Be too busy to go to the toilet? Like, what? Alright, we're about to hit 305. So I think I got 150 after the Cobalion stream, and then we're about at 305 right now. Did anybody watch that $320 million Russo brother Netflix movie with Chris Pratt and Stranger Things lady. Team or PA has to dispose of it. Wow, that's so disgusting and vile. Yeah, production assistant. Yeah, Electric State. You don't know the Russo brothers? The Avengers? The Avengers lads? Has Millie Bobby Brown been in anything of any value since Stranger Things? No. Isn't there like a quote from her where she said she doesn't even like movies or she doesn't watch movies, and it's like, wow, from her catalog of movies she chooses to be in, you can certainly tell. But yeah, that's one of the most like expensive movies that I think it might be the most expensive movie Netflix, like $320 million. That's truly insane. Yeah, I learned that she was married to Bon Jovi's kid from my mom yesterday. We were talking about that movie. How old is she? She's already married? Damn. Jesus, she's only 21? Oh my god. I wonder if she'll have a long, successful career or not. She just turned 21? Wow, that is quite young. My mom also said that Chris Pratt's character had the most god-awful wig. $320 million and they couldn't even get him a believable wig. Were they trying to... The poster makes it look like he's like a Han Solo type character. That's crazy that the Russos have found no success in making anything people like outside of Marvel projects. One of them is always shooting his mouth off about, like, AI is the future or something like that. I can't remember which Russo it is. But one of them's always dishing out some terrible quotes. Balan Wonderworld is on sale for $6. Wow, what a steal. I watched a video about Mighty Number 9 the other day, and he brought up other devs that were kind of disgraced. I mean, Yuji Naka's sitting his ass in jail right now, or he might be out, but he definitely owes a lot of money to the Japanese government. But it was... Mighty Number 9, what a period in time to think back to. I remember when they first launched the Kickstarter. Yeah, that infamous trailer. Cry like an anime fan on prom night. That is kind of a funny line, though. You probably shouldn't put that in your game where you're advertising to a lot of said anime fans, but... Unhinged trailer, that's for sure. You looked up some of his worst interviews? I wasn't kidding. What's striking about Mighty Number 9 is how they just copied Mega Man stuff. Mega Man, you know, you have Rockman, Japanese name, rock and roll. Well, I think Mighty Number 9's character's name has a name that goes together with his little female girl companion. They copied, like, everything from Mega Man. Why? Why would you do that? Yeah, Beck and Call, that's it. Yeah, Beck and Call to match with rock and roll. I think people would have really appreciated a fresher take. Like, with like, ukulele. Imagine if they just made another bird and bear instead of doing a unique little lizard and bat. And they even have, like, this... They have a Dr. Light, but he's younger. It's just, like, all bootleg Mega Man stuff. So people are going to be thinking about all the Mega Man characters, and they're not going to get immersed into your world, because they're just going to be thinking about, wow, that's just like Mega Man. Yeah, we have bootleg... we have Dr. Wily at home. You backed it? Hopefully you didn't give them a lot of money. I don't even think they filled their backer requests. They had... The thing about the Mighty Number 9 Kickstarter was there were so many red flags before the game actually came out. They tried to greenlight an animated show, and then they kept asking for more money for all these other projects unrelated to the game. It was just a nightmare. You have an art book and a plushie? What's up, Midnight? Yeah, Amazon just canceled the pre-orders for the 3DS version. What a disaster. What's the guy's name? Keiji Inafune or something like that? Then he did like an NFT game, and we haven't heard anything from him since. What an insane way to trash your legacy. What an insane way to trash your legacy. We're talking about Mighty Number 9, Midnight. Rocco had a Concord beanie on last night on the stream. Great piece of merch. Yeah, the video I watched went over that. Like, everybody always thought Inafune was like Mega Man's biggest contributor. But he wasn't. Mighty Number 9 is the Mega Man knockoff Kickstarter indie game that didn't end so well, you know? It was in that era of indie game, like all these old school devs branching off of their companies and making little indie companies and then doing Kickstarters for the games. This is the era of like Ukulele, Bloodstained, and of course Mighty Number 9. Yeah, Kojima, he's probably the most successful example. Rocco, what if Rocco is in Death Stranding 2? That would be insane. Yeah, I heard Bloodstain was good. I think Ukulele is regarded as pretty mid, but the sequel was better. They ended up canceling it. Mighty Number 9 wasn't even your worst Kickstarter experience. I mean, at least you got to... saying that you backed Mighty Number 9 is kind of a funny story in within itself. You could say you are part of the history. Speaking of Mega Man, where has Mega Man been? Nearly 4-hour credit sequence. Yeah, doesn't the new Assassin's Creed game have like a 2-hour credit sequence? Project Phoenix. Yeah, I feel like Mega Man has been quite absent for a long time. Which is strange because Capcom's been killing it with their other franchises. It seems like they're just content to release, like, collections, and that's kind of it. Mega Man 11, that was 2018, chat. 2018. Yeah, I've heard the new Monster Hunter has some issues running on certain PCs. That's what people think Konami's gonna do, too. We just got the early days Yu-Gi-Oh! Collection, and now people think if it sells well, they're gonna do that for the 3D games, like, Forbidden Memories. Is Legends the series that ends on a big cliffhanger? Alright, we hit 333. Okay, I was like, that's the one that ends on a cliffhanger, doesn't it? Because I want to say they wanted to work on the Mighty Number 9 stuff. They wanted to do like a spiritual successor or something to Legends, but it's like people care about the story and the characters in those games. Oh yeah, my graphics card has a little metal bracket that it sits in, like a little stool. That I screwed into the case. I don't have a 5000, but pretty much every modern graphics card is like a little tiny car engine. And by little tiny, I mean big honkin' brick. They all end on cliffhangers? Interesting. I watched Battle Network growing up, but I'm not a Mega Man. I'm not a rockhead. Double as space heaters. The fans on my graphics card never turn on unless I'm doing something really strenuous. It actually freaked me out when I first got my computer because I was like, why do my graphics card fans never turn on? Didn't, the shovelware, I was about to say shovelware. Didn't the Shovel Knight company do a Kickstarter for a game a few years ago? And I remember rolling my eyes because it's like, you guys are super duper successful now. Why do you need to take people's money? Like, Shovel Knight has an amiibo. Why are you guys doing a Kickstarter? I don't get it. Yeah, I think the when Tyler and I tried the demo for Wilds, I'm pretty sure my fans were were on. Yeah, I'm just not a huge 2D platformer fan, so things like Shovel Knight, I don't know. I understand why people like those games, but they're not for me. Wrap up the segment of this game. I'm sure it's very easy to be a game dev and then you just constantly want to keep adding stuff and improving. I mean, yeah, it is. They rushed Sonic 06 for holiday season. Sega wanted that sweet, sweet Christmas money. So they rushed the game before it was ready. So yes. Yeah, the first Shovel Knight was the crowdfunded. It's like big celebrities doing Kickstarters. It's like, you guys are not... You're defeating the point of this. Jonathan Blow. Imagine your last name is Blow. That's like the Tears of the Kingdom devs spending all their development time on the building system instead of crafting a interesting and good sequel. What's the last big indie game that kind of blew up? A lot of modern indie games are very... What's the word? Like, if I had a nickel for every time... Oh yeah, Balatro, you're right. Yup. You are correct. It was, yeah, Balatro, definitely. Like, how many Balatro clones are we gonna see now? Oh yeah, is Repo indie? I mean, I'll be curious to see if that game has staying power... or not. I've watched people play Repo, it's pretty funny. .360 Virizion would be a gamer. Yeah, it's basically a Lethal Company-esque game, which there is a lot of Lethal Company clones. Just like there is a lot of Stardew Valley clones. Once one of these indie games kind of blows up, there's always a lot of clones that come not too far behind. Which isn't... You know, I've played a lot of Stardew clones, and a lot of them do things that are interesting and ways that Stardew doesn't, but at the end of the day, it's like, this is all... You know, you water your crops, you tend to your animals. An aphid problem? How does one solve an aphid problem? Yeah, there's tons of lethal clones. Let me look. John 12. What are some of the other ones? Sketchy's Contract. That was one of them. Sketchy's Contract. There's also... What was the other one I'm thinking about? Content warning? Yeah. There's Murky Divers. There's Kletka. There's like one that's kind of like The Thing. Nuclear Nightmare. That takes place in like the snow. It's very much based on The Thing. Unsafe Express. Yeah, there's a lot of lethal clones out there. Man, Half-Life 3. What a hoot and a half. I will never believe that game exists unless Gabe comes out and presents it himself. Congrats to Dave the Diver for its success, but you're ready to stop seeing it. Why is that so real? I mean, Lethal Company is a very easy game to copy. You have a little multiplayer experience where you and your friends go into a spooky place and collect trash and sell that to the company. And then you can buy upgrades and stuff. That's it. That's all Lethal Company really is, and there's monsters. It's a very easy way to, it's a very easy formula to rip off. Every Stardew that one Nintendo Direct that was just all farm sims. Dave the Diver 2. More Dave. Yeah, and I've never played a Stardew clone, which I've played several at this point. I'm currently playing through Fields of Mystria, which is a pretty decent clone. But I saw somebody say that it's better than Stardew, and I'm like, no. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Whoa, 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 whoa. Whoa, whoa, whoa. I've never played a Stardew clone that has a fraction of the soundtrack that Stardew has. It's just kind of generic, bubbly background noise in all these games. Also, what's funny is that a lot of the Stardew clones have their own unique set of problems. They start to fall into their own unique set of traps. Introducing a lot of the same type characters, or character dialogue getting really stale, and do not throw a love ball at this Virizion. Fields of Mystria has bug catching, but even then, like, that's something you can do in plenty of other games, like Animal Crossing. A lot of Animal Crossing clones, too. If it's not a Stardew clone, it's often a Animal Crossing clone. Hello. Thanks for the follow. Also, it wasn't 360. Virizion is not a gamer. Boo! Virizzion's more of a Sony fan. Yeah, it did a 360, but away from me. Also, if you're, you know, a European viewer, or you're a weird night owl like me, there's more VGC tonight. They're in, Sweden. And, I started watching last night. And the first match was a stall Dondozo. And chat was getting so upset. Dondozo kind of is an evil Pokemon. It went to timer, too. The Dondozo stall match went to timer, and the stall Dozo won. My meatballs. My favorite Pokemon is Garchomp. Alright, 366. My top 5 is Garchomp, Tyrantrum, Aerodactyl, Zoroark, and Slowking. I should say top 6. Is, you know, Pokemon team of 6, but I don't know who my 6 would be. I like a lot of Pokemon. It would actually be very hard for me to narrow down one. I do love Semipour. I don't know if it would... maybe, like... top 40. Diggersby would probably not be on my list. Pidgeot. Pidgeot's an all-time classic. Every Pokemon that's my favorite is a sweet, sweet angel, and all who hate them are evil. Also, ad warning. Ads are about to come up, but when they will, I will be in camp. Goes into the trash can. Poor Diggersby. $3.69, more like not this time. Big Chungus. You don't think Big Chungus is stinky? This is not shiny. It's a shame. I love Karen. It's such a shame that people have ruined that quote. It's truly a shame that my girl Karen has been done dirty by gimmick Twitter accounts on the internet. You hate to see it. Alright, Todd and Eternatus Bone Zone are having a great conversation. While they do, I'm gonna get some water. I'll be right back. You've never seen those gimmick Twitter accounts? I envy you. A day without having to see a CEO of Sinnoh post is a good day. A Pokewat's too weak. Expect no fewer than 3 responses that are just Karen quotes. Yup. Oh, did you guys have fun in camp for like 2 seconds? Good. More Verizon. I mean, we could get a mega evolution of a Paldean Pokemon in PLZA. It could happen. Everybody get ready for Mega Scovillain. Mega's a Titan. Mega greed it. They would. They would do that. Yeah, Mega to Dunsparce. People would be so mad. People would be so upset. I would love that. Yeah, I mean, Mega's a Titan could actually be super cool, honestly. I would take something like that over... I feel like if they were to do anything from Gen 9, it would be Mega Armarouge. Mega Orthworm, now we're talking. Yeah, they should give Tinkaton a Mega so they can actually make it a decent Pokemon, stat-wise. So they can fix their mistake. I watched a clip of a VGC player going for play rough on a Koraidon with Tinkaton, and it did not OHKO. Truly for shame. Mega Iron Boulder, just him. We can all say, that's a nice boulder. Do we actually think they're gonna do Mega Flygon, chat? Do you think that actually will happen? They should give Dreadnought a 3rd stage. I agree. Mega Shuck. I mean, they were very unpredictable with the starter lineup, so maybe this is probably real copium. Instead of all the popular Pokemon, they'll choose some actually interesting little guy picks. Mega Drampa could be cool. Or Turtonator. I feel like I'm one of 3 people that likes Turtonator. I'm one of Turtonator's big fans. Mega Barraskewda. Don't put that evil out in the world, Justin. Do not put that evil into the world, please. Do not put that evil out here. What would you even do with Mega Barraskewda? Give it a bigger tail and a huge mustache? You're the second of 3 people who like Turtonator Midnight? Nice. Turt heads. Aromatisse? If they do something cool with it, sure. Even Pokemon I'm not a huge fan of, you know? If they do something interesting and unique with it, I'd be down. Slurpuff could be cool as a Mega, too. $381. Yeah, they gotta take one of the ghosts from Gen 6, right? It's either gotta be Trev or Gorgeist. It'd be a real shame if none of those Pokemon get anything. Cherrymon. It gets a cane too, like Cherrymon's cane. Yeah, they'd have to avoid making it the Great Deku Tree. Mega Kabutops would be so cool. We have two Pokemon that the leakers have been talking about. One from Gen 1 and one from Gen 3. How many other gens are they gonna dip their Mega Toes into? That didn't come out right. Are we gonna get one from like every gen? A rep from every gen? If they gave just Wooper a Mega Evolution and not Quagsire, then yes. You think Gen 1 and 3 already have too many Megas? I mean, you're not wrong. Yeah, Druddigon would be a sick choice. Claydol would be a good choice too. Lord knows Claydol could help. Claydol needs help. Like, everybody wants Mega Flygon, but have we considered this? Megatropius. I hope Castform comes back. I miss Castform. Claydol, but with tons of eyes. That would be sick. Yeah, Vespiquen. There's so many good choices from Gen 4. It's crazy. Volcanion. Yeah, Beheeyem would be a great choice. Yeah, they gotta do Mega Zygarde. I would be shocked. Volcarona's ass just got 2 paradoxes. We're good on Volcarona. Ooh, Carnivine. See, if they're gonna do Mega Victory Bell, then I feel like they wouldn't do another Grass Boy. Bing, ba, bum, ba, bum, bum, bum. Sock and Throw, great choices. I could see them doing Toxicroak. Krogunk is a very popular Pokemon. Krogunk is kind of like Piplup. Cryogonal. I would pop off so hard. Bert and Ernie. They're pretty Bert and Ernie already if you look at them. Yon Mega Beartic. Yeah, Machamp needs redemption after its ugly G-Max. It would be pretty funny if Soccer Throw got a Mega Evolution before the Hitmonlee line got anything. Nothing for Hitmonchan or Hitmonlee or Hitmontop. But Sock and Throw? Now let me tell ya. You got a random shiny Spoink Midnight? Nice. A good shiny. Oh, consider this, chat. Speaking of Spoink. Mega Grumpig. Shiny Boof. Mega Boof. I mean, Tauros did just get Paldean forms. They could. They could swoosh something in there for old Boofy. Oh yeah, Cacturn. They're absolutely gonna, you know... I mean, I hope there's at least a few neat niche picks in there, you know? Yeah, I think Talonflame, they gotta choose something from Gen 6. Florges, Talonflame, Diggersby. Oh my gosh. A Mega Diggersby reveal would... It would be so funny and chat would be pissed. I would be like, yes! And then everybody in chat would be typing, no! Yeah, Dragalge would be a cool choice. I still think they're gonna do megas for Greninja and Chestnut and Delphox. We haven't seen Professor Sycamore. We haven't seen anything from Fennekin, Froakie, or Chespin. They're hiding. They're hiding them from us. You know, we know Watchog is in PLZA, so they should have like a little construction team of Pokemon that consists of like Diggersby, Conkeldurr, and Watchog. Yeah, the Kalos starters are gonna get megas. I would be blown away if they didn't. Mega Pyroar. If they turn it into a Manticore, I approve. If they do anything else with it, I disapprove. That's one thing I think the games could be a lot better at, that the animated shorts and the anime itself are so much better at. Actually showing, you know, people in Pokemon interacting in the world. Oh, that would be so lame if they did Pyroar like that. Mega Maractus, I would truly pop off. But again, if we're getting Victory Bell, then the other grass types ain't looking so hot. Sigilyph would be sick. Exactly, Midnight. It's always show, don't tell. I sure love friendship and being friendship with my Pokemon. I sure do love friends and friendship with my friendly friend Pokemon. It's your standard dialogue from NPCs in Pokemon games. I'm telling you, chat, Litleo has a scorpion tail. It could turn into a Manticore. If they weren't cowards. 400! Mega Ditto. Mega Koraidon and Miraidon would be pretty interesting. That also sounds busted. It sounds like Primal Groudon and Kyogre. They'd be so strong. With my Pokemon friends at my side, I can do anything! That sounds right, Cacturn. Mega Abomasnow is just a cat that's in the corner and its haunches are up and it's hissing at ya. It's a kitty cat. Klefki would be a great choice. I'm Klefki's biggest fan. I'd be down for Mega Clef. You'd prefer a normal evolution? Yeah, you know, if there's any generation of Pokemon that could add some more numbers to it, it would be 6. You could give several of those Pokemon an evolution and the Pokedex would still be tiny. Yeah, Aegislash seems quite likely. That's one of Gen 6's most popular Pokemon. I don't think I've ever seen anybody be like, you know what Pokemon I hate? Aegislash. Like, nobody's ever said that. Like Regigigas. They give Regigigas a Mega Evolution and it would still be terrible. They'd give Regigigas a Mega Evolution and it would have Slow Start 2. Hawlucha is one of my favorite Gen 6 Pokemon. I would love that. Yes, Slower Start. And then in the future, you can give Regigigas another form and it has Slowest Start. Yeah, just stop. Just stop. Regigigas, just stop. That's me to Game Freak about Regigigas. Let Regigigas live. You know, nobody has an ability in PLA except one guy. Its name rhymes with Schmeggy Schmiggish. Poor Reginald. Very sad. Continental Drift. That would be a cool name for an ability. Or a move, actually. You'd be surprised if there's new regional forms and new megas. Yeah, we have not gotten any confirmation on if there will actually be regional forms. I kind of agree. I think they're just gonna do megas. I mean, they certainly could throw in a few regionals and it'd be like, oh, okay. But I don't know, it seems like they want to do megas. And megas are such a big marketing thing. I mean, people were, under every past generation, there was always people that are like, no Mega Evolution? Not buying. Mega Mismagius wouldn't hold a candle to Fluttermane. Honchkrow would be fun, though. Yeah, they're very conservative with how many new forms or whatever they add into these games. So people that are like, we're gonna get 30 new Mega Evolutions. I don't think so. They're gonna give us quite a low number. I mean, they did not give us a lot of megas to begin with. I think people think there's a lot more Mega Evolutions than there actually are. There's few. There's quite not a lot. Yeah, 10. 10 is a fine guess. I saw a really cool Phalanx Gigantamax that I liked earlier. Let me see if I can find it. Here it is. That's sick. Let me link it in YouTube chat. But I saw that earlier today. I was like, wow, that's cool. They should have did that. Why didn't they do that? It's kind of funny how the Sinnoh starters have just been chilling. There's nothing for Infernape. Torterra, no. Empoleon, I don't think so. And we just got 2 Gen 4 games with BDSP and PLA. Jack Squat. I'm still sad we didn't get another Rotom form. Before BDSP came out, I was so convinced we were gonna get another Rotom, but... very laughable prediction in hindsight. Post BDSP, it's like, oh... My sweet summer child. You fool. Rotom stand mixer. Hey, some of those things can go real fast. That's terrifying. They could make it part fairy, electric fairy, like Alcremie. Whipping up some Alcremies. Somehow Gen 10 doesn't come out. It ain't coming out this year. That's for sure. It would have been in that Pokemon Presents if it was. There's no way they would just casually be like, hey guys, Gen 10. I mean, we've had Scarlet and Violet for so long, I just can't imagine a world where they don't release it next year. Alright, we're at 418. You're not even convinced it could be for the Switch too? That would be such a travesty. Gen 10 on the Switch 1? Oh my god. That would be a... I don't want to think about that. I don't want to think about another gen of Pokemon on the first Switch. Oh, interesting. It has a 60 FPS mode enabled for the Switch too. Interesting. Well, chat, remember, we are coming up on the next Nintendo Direct. It is just a few week and change away, pretty much. That's so crazy. This month barely existed. Oh my god. Also, yeah, Virizion was not dank. They never are. You should have been the dankest of them all, Virizion. You're grass type. Didn't want to conform to stereotypes. You can barely imagine the new Legends game running on the Switch one. I know. Well, in a week and change, we'll find out. I mean, I would assume we'll find out. I assumed we were gonna find out what PLZA's release date was, but then Game Freak was like, no. Nintendo has to release a date. They can't hold it no more. Retire, Grandma. Come on, Grandpa, let's get you to bed. Oh, they say late 2025. I would start tweaking. I would slam my hands on my desk and be like, no! How come I don't get the Poiple and Dynamax Adventures Den? Because it can't be shiny. I have limited box space in this game as is. I can't be weighed down by a Pokemon that can't be shiny. Yeah, the Switch Lite is a very interesting choice from Nintendo. It's basically like the Goo Goo Gaga version. It feels like it was specifically made for, like, young children. Which, no offense if you have a Switch Lite. You do you. But to me, it felt like they were aiming for a younger audience. I mean, not being able to have it on a monitor or TV is just such a negative. Yeah, Poiple's like our assistant now. Poiple Poiple is part of the Dynamax Adventures lore. Poiple is always by the electronic graph area. Professor Poiple is the unpaid intern. I'll have to worry about Poiple some other time. Whenever I get all the UBs from Dynamax Adventures. Which, speaking of Dynamax Adventures, chat, we're gonna be back tomorrow with more Dynamax Adventures. Gonna do a little bit of Virizion every now and then. Gonna do some Dynamax Adventures. Probably due for another Masuda hunt one of these days. The repairs for the Switch Lite require opening the entire housing. Oh. That has to be a nightmare on the crew of people they employ to repair these consoles. Think of how much money Nintendo had to spend to fix Joy-Cons. I need people to start getting their hands on the Switch too, so they can tell everybody if there's drift. How do you, can you even fix drift on a Switch Lite? That sounds like the whole, you gotta toss the whole thing. Alright, I think we'll get to 450 tonight, chat. I've never seen anybody crack open a Switch Lite before. If I don't like any of the Switch 2 colors at launch, I might have to immediately turn to, like, AliExpress and find a shell or something to swap everything out. Or maybe I'll wait. I haven't even decided yet. Although there's I'm definitely gonna have FOMO. Everybody's gonna be like, I pre-ordered my Switch too, and I'm gonna be like, I want to pre-order too. Yeah, that's true, Justin. Get your pre-order in, and if I do change my mind, I could cancel it. You're right. Yeah, I mean, the idea of playing all these games, but they're gonna run better is exciting. It's like, we've been waiting for this for how many years now? Your Switch Lite has drift? That's brutal. Look, as long as Nintendo isn't, you know, charging like Sony prices, I'll think about it. It's just exciting to get a new console. Which I haven't gotten a new console in a very long time. As someone who doesn't care to keep up with consoles for the other two, my last big console was in fact my Switch. It's exciting to get home with the box or to receive the box in the mail and you cut off all the tape and you peel all the stickers off of everything and it's like, yeah. It's so satisfying. That's the fun part, and then you have to set it up and that's less fun. Transferring everything over, I'm sure, will be less fun. Well, it won't be long, chat, until hopefully Nintendo shows us actual details. I do have a feeling somebody like Pyoro might start squawking before the direct. I mean, Pyoro's honestly been doing more Pokemon leaks lately. Move over, Koo. But Pyoro's usually the person that leaks Nintendo Directs, so... Alright, we're at 441. That Microsoft plans to release. I'm so curious to see how long Microsoft is gonna keep this thing afloat. They had a lot of interesting little tidbits of things they were working on in that leaked thing that happened a year or two ago. 2 years ago? 3 years ago? Well over 100 for Celesteela? That sucks. What an unfun Pokemon to have a long Dynamax Adventures run with. I sympathize. If they ever release anything like this again, chat, you better know that I'm gonna have pen and paper. If we get like a Dynamax Adventures 2 or something, I will keep track. I've learned. Yeah, I mean, if I got the Switch 2, then I could have 2 Switch Pokemon games streamed. Never really done a duo setup. The dual setup. I mean, if you want to play Windows games, like, just get a good PC. Like, it seems like we already have a solution to that. And the solution is just buy a good PC. I know, Justin. Who would I become? When will Booper's reflection show who Booper is inside? Welcome to my multi-hunt setup. I have 65 GameCubes. I mean, it doesn't take a lot of money to buy a good PC, but I guess a lot of casual gamers don't know that. Like, you could certainly spend thousands of dollars on a PC if you wanted to, but you also don't have to. You can also upgrade pieces, you know, in the future. Is it? Yeah, it would all be digital, right? I know that's something a lot of people do not like. $20K PC. See, that's too much. That seems like a liability. Bum bum ba-dum bum bum. Use it for Facebook and TikTok. Alright, chat. One more. Uno más. Then we'll fly over to Dynamax Adventures, and then we're good. Verizon Wireless was not shiny on this day. Unreal. Unbelievable. Are you gonna be like 2163 Verizon Wireless? Alright, then we back it up. The PS6. That's even an insane thing to even think about. Yeah, it's probably not that far away. to see Rotom's evil face look at me every time I fly. Speaking of Poiple, here's the professor right here. This is my original character, Professor Poiple. Do not steal, thank you. Okay, well... I just want to, Oh, wretched, right? When I was about to stop streaming. What was I gonna say? I lost my train of thought. But thanks for the raid. I appreciate it. Didn't have many noteworthy games. I know, Justin. It really is crazy. It really is wild. And the first few years of that console's life were so unusual with how hard it was to actually get one. I feel like when people remember the PS5, that's what they're gonna remember. Well, thanks for the raid anyway, Wretched. I do appreciate it. Have a good one. We'll hang out and talk for a little bit. Odd number PlayStations have lackluster games. That's funny. The Seto Kaiba memes. It's a shame that every console has to just be like black or white now. I guess the Switch 2 is gonna have some color in it, but still. Screw the rules, I'm a PS5 now. Cobaleon's neck piece looks like it could be part of the PlayStation 5 if you really think about it. You know, if you really look at it and squint maybe a little bit. Also, I love the fluff that comes out of its neck. Very, very Shadow the Hedgehog. I would hope nobody would ever buy Valve. That would be... I mean, that would just be a monopoly of PC games. That'd be a nightmare. It would actually be a nightmare. Do 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 do. Yeah, we've already seen what happens when Microsoft buys companies, and it's not pretty. We've already seen this in action. Also, what's up, Senti? I feel like I haven't seen you in a while. Maybe for the next Masuda hunt. Oh, here's my Clobopus. There he is. Or she. I was thinking more of like Bethesda and that type, like, you know, that type of stuff, Activision. But yeah, you could go all the way back to Nuts and Bolts. Banjo-Kazooie. I mean, they've still done absolutely nothing with that IP. Like, after Mega Man was in Smash, Capcom was like, oh yeah, I guess we'll finally make a Mega Man game. After the Banjo and Kazooie came back in Smash, they were like, oh, we don't know them. Isn't that such a real shame? These are all my failed Masuda Hunt Pokemon in here. Maybe I'll do Natu, actually. Natu might be a good Masuda Hunt. I've been thinking about Natu. I've been thinking about Natu, you know? Haven't we all? Yeah, Midnight, it's such a shame, honestly. Yeah, people love Rare and their properties, and outside of like a few weird things that they've stuck Conqueror in, and then the Smash stuff, we never see them. Never see the boys. We never see the Rare boys. Get Natsu out. Alright, Natu. Next Masuda Hunt will be you, my friend. Not you, Natu. That sounds like an anime episode title. Do 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 do. Not you, Natu. Do 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 do. You're over by 2K? My condolences. That sucks. You're at 2 times. That's gotta be the most cursed hunt you've ever done, Justin. Like, are you gonna get it before 20K? What an insane question to ask. Are you gonna get your shiny before 20K? That's evil. That's genuinely evil. I can only hope and pray to the shiny gods, Arceus, whoever, Masuda, Shinichi Masuda himself, that I never get a shiny hunt that goes that long. But what is on my glasses? Yeah, I saw somebody fail a shiny Trico on Twitter the other day, and it's like, that's what you get for having such an ugly stream layout. Hey guys, I'm just gonna put 500 nightmare gifs on my stream. And then proceed to not pay attention at all. How could this happen? How could I miss the shiny? Masuda has forsaken me. Yep, they did, Midnight. They did. Didn't even notice either until later. I assume his chat pointed it out. Oh, I don't understand that either, but let me just put 500 moving images on my stream and make it look like junk. I'm so epic and funny, quirky. Skill issue. I need to get rid of all these Pokemon that I collected for my Pokedex for Keldeo, legitimately. Because it's actually, like, backing me up. This is backing me up. I can't do it. I need to get rid of this Caracosta. Check it out, it's Kubfu. Click Clock Woods. See, I've never played Banjo-Kazooie, but I have been around so many people that love that franchise that I've absorbed knowledge about it from osmosis. in some way. You know what? I'm gonna hatch this egg, chat, and then I'll stop streaming. For real. We're gonna walk around this room until I hatch this egg. See, I know what you're talking about, Midnight. Look at this. We have 2 purple guys over here. This is an egg I've already hatched, so I don't think that would be a pretty... I don't think that would be a fair channel point thing. This is an egg that I've already hatched. I think this is a... You know what? What is this? You posted it in chat, Midnight. I remember. Couldn't give you, like, a specific date, but you've shown it to chat. Give me the time and date that I posted that meme. Look at me running around, Poiple. Are you impressed? You know what would help if I had Senti in my party. That probably would help. Flame body Pokemon, you know? They're there for a reason. Alright, the egg is getting sufficiently cooked by my gigantic, fiery, mustachioed centipede, so we're good. Flame on. Flameo, hot man. These people are all watching me right now and they're like, are you tweaking? I could very well be. These Dottler, the only people in this room that know what's going on is the Dottler. Dottler are aware. Nobody else is. Geez, what is this? What am I hatching? I don't remember. It could be an Aron. It could be a Frillish. What else have I hunted for Masuda recently? What did I do for St. Patrick's Day? Oh, Carablast. I couldn't think of its name. This always happens when I do Masuda hunts. I grab an egg and then it just has to persist. Scrambling. Yeah, it can't be a blippy. It's taken too long. I mean, I am manually walking. I'm not on my bike. Do you think bicycle makers in the Pokemon world were mad that Rotom became a bicycle and put them out? Why would you want to buy a regular bicycle if you could buy a special bicycle with a Rotom? The Rotoms are taking our damn jobs! Progress. Sounds can be heard coming from inside. The egg will hatch soon. All I had to do was walk 5 more steps. Here's the grand reveal. What's inside the egg? What's inside the egg? It's Aron. Aggron. You were right, Jaded. You were right. All right, man. You get out of here. You know what? Let's end on something fun. I'm gonna wonder trade it. I'm gonna wonder trade the Aron away. See if we get something funny. I'm in my camp, planning to spend some time with my Pokemon. Yeah, that's definitely what I was doing, game. I wasn't shiny hunting a legendary. I was spending time with my boys. The Mach bike is the best bike they ever made. Yeah, let's see if we get a, there we go, we got dsc.gg. Are we gonna, I miss machamps.com. Only real ones remember machamps.com. Okay, who did we get? Jet. Ooh, Jet the bird? Jet the hawk? Jet from Avatar The Last Air. Yeah! That's awesome! Thanks, Jet. Thanks for the sock, Jet. You know, I couldn't have asked for a better Pokemon. Jet the sock. Jet the sock! This is just a random Great Ball sock. I mean, the Great Ball kind of matches. Hey, this isn't Jet's. This is Donovan's. Well, thanks, Donovan. Thanks for the sock. Alright, chat. I've rambled enough. Thanks for hanging out tonight, everybody. I appreciate it. Thanks for all the raids, all the follows. Shout out to the YouTube viewers, the VOD watchers. Ads are about to play, but I'm gonna cut stream before that, or during them. Either way, good night, chat. Bye-bye. I will see you tomorrow for Dynamax Adventures. Sock says good night.